Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Carlos Brando. Thank you for joining us today to this show with the attorney Margaret W. Wong, who is one of the best attorneys in the United States of America in the immigration field. She is very recognized and she has been awarded several times for the most important academies and award programs in this country. It's an honor to have her today with us and to keep you informed about what's going on in the immigration field. So thank you so much for joining us today in this morning. And we're going to start with your questions and some other questions that people have sent us through this week to our attorney, Margaret W. Wong. Good morning or good afternoon, Ms. Wong. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and thank you.
Yeah, so Ms. Wong, today I have received a bunch of questions that people have sent in prior hours. And so one of them is about the H-2B, which says, I have the H-2B visa and I want to know if I can renew it because my permit is already expired. This is the question that sent Eleazar.
Okay, absolutely. If your H-1B have not expired, you could extend it. But now it expires. So the question is, how long did it expire? Is the same employer willing to do a non-proton extension? And if yes, you may be able to do it, but then we have to explain why you were late in the extension and did you work illegally or undocumented during the expiration process? And maybe you were sick with virus or something, but that's only 2 weeks. So if you can do a good explanation, you may be able to do it if it's a short-term expiration. But if it's a long, like sort of more than a few months expiration, then I would propose not to do it because once your visa expired, the 1 minute it expired, you're out of status.
Okay, yeah, this is actually, I asked a question by memory, Ms. Wong, but it says, yeah, it's expired and if he can renew this visa because he's still paying his taxes and has social security number. So thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. So next question. Hi, I have a work permit. I have a boyfriend and we want to get married. He's Puerto Rican. What is the proper process? Should I get married first or do we start process now before we get married?
You could get married and start the process, but my question is, even though you have a work permit, how did you enter the country? Because anytime you want to get a green card in America, adjustment of status, you have to be admitted, inspected, or paroled. In this case, if you came undocumented or just walked across the border and you got the work permit through maybe asylum or something, then you have to. Once you get married, you have to do the I-130. You have to leave the country with the 601A and come back. So tell me maybe later if you enter legally or illegally. If you enter legally, then marry him first and do adjustment of status. If you came undocumented the last time, even if you came documented the first time, then I have to figure out is it more than a year, there's a perm bar. If it's less than a year or less than 180 days, then you have to leave the country with 601A and come back. There's a lot of consideration because if you talk about 601A and leaving the country to get a green card, I want us to be safe. And I'm interested to know, why did you mention he's Puerto Rican? Because Puerto Ricans are also American citizens. So the question is, the reason why a lot of people mention Puerto Rican is that a lot of time, if fraud marriages, they always say it's Puerto Rican. It's just it's a lingo with immigration. Oh, I married a Puerto Rican, because to marry a Puerto Rican is the same as marrying American citizens. So normally people ask, I married American citizen. The fact that you mentioned he's Puerto Rican means maybe something is different. And yes. I'm just giving you lingos. It's sort of fun what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, so this person says that she entered as a child and she has been here for over 35 years.
Yes, and may I ask, how did you come when you came 35 years ago? Did you come as a child illegally or legally or with someone's photo substitute passport? Then I can definitely give you a real answer. Yes.
And maybe Ms. Wong also, if if she has DACA or if she never applied, maybe uh, because it looks like a possible DACA case if
Right.
she never
Or
applied.
TPS case, if he's from El Salvador, even Guatemala, maybe TPS on Hurricane Mitch in the 90s.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you so much, Miss Wong. And if you have any other questions, please send them right now. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And Miss Wong will be happy to take care of your immigration questions. I have a very interesting question, Miss Wong, today. And this person says, um, I know that some people that are green card holders in the United States don't have a valid passport to travel out of the country. I got my green card through my husband, and I'm not able to renew my passport since they are not giving passports in my country embassy or consulate. I heard about a travel document, but I don't know if I can travel outside and then come back and not be in trouble.
You absolutely need to just go on the uscis.gov web and file an I-131. The I-131 will give you a travel document, and on the application form, tell them, or maybe even buy a ticket so they know when you're leaving. If they know you need it for travel purposes, they may give it to you faster, because right now, after Trump, before Trump is also 2.5, 3 months. Then during Trump, it takes 9 months to 1.5 years to get a travel document. But now, especially if you tell them I need it for travel purposes, tell them what country you're from. You could be from Venezuela because no more passports. You could be from the old Soviet Union, because once Soviet Union passed, like for example, now Russia is the old Soviet Union, but if you're from Kyrgyzstan, uh, uh, Ukraine, those countries, if you were in the old format, you don't get passports anymore. So tell them why you don't have to say why, because immigration knows. I mean, they know, they're not stupid. So and maybe even show a copy of your ticket, then they'll give you a fast passport. It's what we call re-entry permit. You go on the uscis.gov and file an I-131.
Thank you so much, Miss Wong, for this answer. And don't forget that you can get in touch with Miss Wong calling to this phone number 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And Miss Wong will be happy to answer your immigration questions. This next question says, Miss Wong, um, I need to know, or I would like more information about the U visa.
U visa, that's interesting. U visa, number one, there are three elements. Number one, you have to be a victim of crime. So, for example, this morning, one of my clients that I got work permits, I'm in the process of getting them a green card, call me. His wife had a bad accident. He was a driver, the wife was a passenger. She died in a horrible accident. And then the police now is telling him, or his lawyer is telling him, that is their fault. So the lawyer is trying to get them some compensation. So in the meantime, could it be a U visa? That's his question. Exactly the same question. Number one, have the victim of crime. If it's only a civil negligence resulting in a unfortunate instance, then you cannot do a U visa. So number one, it has to be a criminal record, like you were murdered, you were raped, there's incest. I mean, sad things, or threatened with a gun, even though you didn't die. So that's you have to be a victim of a crime and be a victim, right? You cannot be a witness. So, for example, I saw my friend in the grocery store getting threatened, and he jumped. Another case like that, he jumped to the cashier and get the money, but I only saw it. I was hiding in the closet, but I'm only a witness, and the police clearly say I'm a witness. So now the question is, are you a victim of crime because he was threatening, or because you ran to the bathroom at the back door and you are only a witness? Or is it a mistake by the police to say you're a witness, you're not a victim? All right. So these are all things. So number one, victim of crime. Number two, you have to have sustained damages or illnesses. So for example, the gun scratched my head, this gun do this. or I have psychological, I'm very depressed, I have amnesia, I don't remember what happened 3 days in the hospital. So that you are sustained either physical damages or psychological damages, number two. Number three, and it's very important, I corroborated with police. That means I reported the crime right away, or my boss reported the crime when I was in the hospital. I corroborated. I was not, I told them it's the person, the man and woman look like this with goggles, with hair. You cannot just ignore the crime because you're scared. So I have a lot of clients who, because they're scared, they were abuser of a husband, or they're just scared. They even didn't report it because they were so scared, right? So if you didn't corroborate, even if you were scared to and you didn't report it, you probably would not win the case. You have to have corroborate with police. So once you sustain these three elements, you should get a U visa approved.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wong, for this answer. And we have a very interesting question that is coming our way. And this person says, I entered in 1996, left on 1998, and came back on 1999. My wife applied for me 2 years ago, but I was denied on the 485 interview. What can this person do, Ms. Wong?
Okay, I think you need to definitely make, depends, because it's already, everything is on record. You came in 96, new law came in April 97 on perm bar. Perm bar means that you could not stay illegally or undocumented in America for more than 1 year, leave and come back illegally. So here you left in 98. So the question is, did you leave after April of 98 or did you leave before April of 98? And then you came back in 99 and you never left. So if you left before April of 98 and came back in 99, you have no perm bar. This 45, okay, you have no entry documents, so you need 245I. So let's assume you married this wife before 96. She filed the I-130 for you before 96. Then you left and you came back. So you have no perm bar and you have 245I. 245I means that you filed or married her before December 00. No, yes, you came to America before December 00, which you did because you came back in 98. But you had to have filed the I-130 before April 30th of 2001. In this case, you came undocumented, and if you left after April of 98 and you came back undocumented after 99, and you have no 245I, you have no I-94, so that 485 should have been denied. At least I hope you got a work permit and a social out of it because you spent $1,225 on the adjustment of status. So this case, I would never file, but it's okay, you filed it. You never look back on mistakes, all right? I hope you got a C9 work permit and get social and get a driver's license, so at least you got something for that 1225. And they denied it. And anytime you talk to a lawyer, always give them these facts because these are perm bar, no 245I, illegal entry. So you have these three issues. And it's like a puzzle and a bridge game. And the Chinese, the Jewish people, we play mahjong. And it's like a puzzle, right? You just look at this puzzle. This is not a bad case. The question is, the most important thing is, did you leave America before April of 98? And how do you prove it? Because if you came back in 99, at least you can now do a 601A. I presume your I-130 is approved, your 45 is denied. So now you do a 601A, you need to leave the country. But make sure you have no perm bar, because if you have a perm bar, you cannot come back for 10 years. There's no waiver on perm bars.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And yeah, this is a very interesting case. If you need more information, please call Ms. Wong, and the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984, 9 offices in the United States of America, in Atlanta, where I am today, in Columbus, Ohio, where Ms. Wong is going to start visiting in person next Friday. Is going to be August the 6th. August the 6th, Ms. Wong is back in Columbus. Yes, because I know, Ms. Wong, people love you there. and I had so much fun traveling there with you, and I will miss those days. It was snowing by then, though, and well, so it's Atlanta, Cleveland, Columbus, Chicago, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number is just 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Lupita is asking the next question. If a person had a court appointment and they canceled it and the person is in the process of DS 260, a lawyer can ask the immigration court to open the case and continue with the process, or should he wait until the court has a hearing date for
Okay,
him?
that's very good question. Depends if you're in the Sixth Circuit. If you are in Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Michigan, only if you have a 601A pending, then you can ask for the court to admin close. I presume you want to protect your work permit. But in other jurisdictions, fourth and seventh, I think, and some lawyers remember all these circuits. I remember six because I live here, but I also remember other cities. So definitely, if you're already on DS 260, I won't leave because I don't know if you did a 601A. If you already have a 601A pending, they would not approve it because anytime you're in court, 601A cannot be approved. So you need to file admin close, not to reopen. I presume you want to reopen because you need a work permit. But I would not reopen. I would not touch this case until you ask your lawyer is 601A approved, because DS 260 means that you are filing the equivalent of the 485 in America. So if you have 601A approved, then I would even terminate the court and don't worry about your work permit because Biden is not giving a deportation anymore. So I would look at this case carefully. It seemed like you have either a child over 21 or a spouse who is American citizen. So make sure you get a 601A approved. Then depends on what country you are. Mexico is very, very slow, but other countries are faster. But because of the virus, each country is different now. For now, don't do anything unless you need a work permit. Because right now, every day there's prosecutorial discretion, there's admin close, there's Les Chavez, there's a lot of new laws.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Amit Kumar is asking the next question. If someone filed asylum and in between he want to go outside of the United States of America for 10 or 15 days, so can he go?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Thank you so much for the answer, Ms. Wong. The next question is coming through our YouTube. It says, "Hi, Ms. Wong. I am Venezuelan. I came in 2005, filed asylum, and it was denied in USCIS. I was sent to court. In 2012, it was administrative. Admin closed."
Yes, that's a hard pronoun. Yes.
Yeah. I have been renewing my work permit, but I would like to go back and travel outside of the United States. Is it also convenient to file TPS, and how can I get out of the admin close?
Okay, definitely file TPS. It doesn't matter where you are. TPS is better than C8. So C33 is always better than C8, all right, number one. Number two is I would keep the case admin closed because right now the court judges, depends on where you are, like some courts are really mean. Memphis is opening up and we just won some cases. So I think Memphis is opening. It's getting some really good cases. And so Ohio right now, even though we're open, is just in a mess because they hired one judge and then two judges, and now we have 10 judges. So it's just a mess. So it depends on what court you are. New York is having some really seriously good judges because one of my partners, Richard Drucker, became a judge in New York. So it depends on where you are, but common sense as a good lawyer, I would not reopen the case. If you reopen the case, it's you need to make sure you win. So you either file the asylum within 1 year of entry in 2005, or there's certain like renewed change of country condition the past few months that you can reopen the case, but don't travel, especially you filed asylum. ever go back to Venezuela. You don't have a passport anyway. So absolutely don't leave the country. If you leave the country, we need to confirm we're not going back. Like we do a lot of Middle East asylum, and because Middle East is in such a horrible shape, most people already went to like better countries. So you have to prove that you're not going back to the bad countries, but go. It's just a mess. I would not travel. I would not reopen the case. I would absolutely apply for TPS and go from there. On TPS, you could also do parole. You could, because your case is having closed, but you don't want to come back at the airport and then now they reopen your case. But if you have TPS, you can again close it because Biden just came up with prosecutorial discretion and admin close. So you already admin close. So I would not travel. I know it's hard because tickets are so cheap now and you need to go somewhere to visit your family, Colombia or something, but absolutely don't travel. Keep the case closed, do TPS. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And if you need more information, please don't hesitate to call the offices 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Monica is sending in the next question. Autism son can help in the
Win
10-year
this
removal
case.
case?
Yes, you're going to win the case. The only judge in Atlanta that doesn't think autism should be won already left Atlanta court. You win this case. Depends on
Wow,
which court. Yeah.
that's a very good news, Ms. Wong,
Yeah.
because people were really scared about this judge that stated autism is no longer a reason for what is it called,
10-year
extreme
review.
hardship.
Yeah, extreme hardship. You're right.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, and thank you, Monica, for this question. Don't forget the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Jimmy is asking, I have asylum pending. My wife filed I-130 for me, but I have an interview for it, but don't have I-94.
Good question. Absolutely go to the I-130 interview. Once it's approved, tell them to make sure it goes to NVC because it depends on how you fill out the last third page. Sometimes at the, and we all forget. So sometimes we've got to tell them now we have to do 824, it'll take another year. So number one, absolutely go to the interview, show all the bona fides I-130 approved. I really think Biden may come up with some new law giving us this kind of green card. Good question. You don't have I-94, that means you entered undocumented and you never did a parole to leave and come back. So keep the case in asylum, depends on what country you are, at least protect work permit. And then either do an admin close, then you do a 6018. That's why you need the I-130 approved, goes to NVC, you need to pay the filing fee. Now you can do a 6018. So you can, in the meantime, on Sixth Circuit, you still cannot do it. I'm looking for cases to bring up to U.S. Supreme Court. It's ridiculous why we couldn't do it, but that's Sixth Circuit. If you live in any of the circuits, you can do an admin close with the court, protect work permit. In the meantime, do 601A. So 3 questions are all concerning admin close, 601. So you're asking very good questions. These are very sophisticated questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this question, Jimmy. And please don't hesitate to call the office 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. The next question comes by Sean Patel. How old can child be to sponsor
That's how old, 21.
child?
Yeah, 21.
Okay, the parents are in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, 21.
Thank you, Sean Patel, for this question. If you need more information, please call the office 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And we have another question coming through in our inbox, and this question says, let me find the question. Meanwhile, I would like to invite everyone to call the office. We have offices in 9 cities of the United States. The attorney Margaret W. Wong has been doing this for 40 years, and she has been successful helping a lot of people in the immigration field. So please give us a call. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 2793984. Hello, my brother has a tourist visa. He arrived on May  13th, 2021, got 180 days to stay in the United States. He wants to get a job here and then change for a work visa. He spoke with an attorney, and she said that he depends on the company, but this is a small business that he met won't do it. They prefer to hire illegal people with fake social security number. He's a bachelor industry engineer and systems, 20 years of experience. He's tired to see uh, lawyers and he has paid a lot of consultations, but he wants the real advice that you can give him.
The real advice, and I'm sorry, I think he asked a question in one of our last consults, last Facebook. The real advice is you came on a tourist visa. All tourist visa allowed 180 days unless the airport didn't trust you. Chicago is one of those kind of airports. Detroit is also bad because it's right next to Canada. Some airports are bad, but most airports, they will give you 180 days. So the real answer is you would not be able to work until in this kind of case, because you're Mexican, you have a free trade visa, the TN visa, Canadians. But since you're not from those two countries, you need an H-1B. And because he's an engineer, he qualifies for H-1B, which means that you need to file the H-1B sometime in February, register the company by April 1st. If the company got one of the 65,000 or one of the 85,000 if you have a master's, then you can, after April 1st, file the H-1B and then start working in October 1st. I do have some clients who got a job here. They go back home and now they file for everything and come back. You can always come back 15 to 30 days prior to the effective date of the H-1, which is sometime in September 1st or September 15th to get ready to start work on October 1st. The real answer is on a tourist visa, you would not be able to work.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And by the way, I want to invite everybody to go to our YouTube channel, is Margaret W. Wong and Associates. And there are a lot of podcasts. This week was released podcast talking about the admin closure. It's spoken by the attorney Francis Fonseng, who is one of the attorneys in the law firm. And the information there is very, very uh, efficient for you. So please go to our YouTube channels. We have a lot of podcasts recorded by Miss Wong, and you will learn a lot and will get this information. Please visit our YouTube channel. It's very easy. Margaret W. Wong and Associates, and you will find all the information. And we have more questions coming through, Ms. Wong, but I think our time is up. So if you have any other advice to give people for today, and then just dismiss.
Thank you. No so much advice. If you have criminal records, make sure you get certified copy and transcript. If you don't have any criminal records, don't start, because Biden clearly said to get a green card, you need to file tax return. You cannot even have minor criminal records. And there's some court system, even a small DUI is never small, but potential DUI, they're denying bond. So absolutely no criminal records, and things are good right now. Now is really the time to get yourself work permits and get some really good immigration benefits.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And please don't forget that Ms. Wong will be able to help you in your immigration needs. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, and see you next time.
Thank you.